And we are live. Roll up, everybody. Gather, come and join. One man went to mow. Yes, we're doing that afternoon thing again. We're doing that funky thing again. Come, let's funk together. One man went to mow. The eagle has landed.
Only water, water, only water, where they see ma. Water, 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 water. Only water, where they see ma. Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ide sodi ya kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù re o. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù re o. Chifu Faila ti kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù re o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòde ojàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosoname ẹyẹ o ó dilé o. Petrosodunke ẹyẹ rẹ̀ ó dilé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní rí wa gbéṣe o.
And there we are. Iku Koniriwa Agbeche, the powerful K guides. Iku Koniriwa Agbeche, as guys, I bring you this. Hashtag Endsars panel. Sanwo-Olu lacks power to probe police military. Festus Keyamo speaking to the space as he points and laughs at the panel report. So pointing and laughing, there is no Father Christmas in politics. PDP national chairman-elect tells Nigerian youths. So lazy youths, we hear a lot that the overwhelming percentage, 75 to some estimates even 85% of Nigerians under the age of 40, certainly, definitely under the age of 45. So a predominantly, overwhelmingly young country. That is what Nigeria is. So that is its strength. But is that also its weakness? Because, of course, the people who have ruled that country for goodness knows how long have been men, average age 73, 75. The present incumbent, they are booking from Daura, 86, 87. So we have an 87-year-old man ruling an under 40, 80% population. So lazy youths, as again, there is no Father Christmas in politics. PDP national chairman-elect tells Nigerian youths. So lazy youths, as Buhari famously said. So from lazy youths to something that actually nails down the laziness of the youths. 2023, I am a supporter of a president from the south. So it is YAKASAI that is making the news there. YAKASAI, of course, we covered that recently. TINUBU went to visit him to solicit his support, and it looks as though, at least by public pronouncement, if not, we don't know by practice, he is publicly now essentially weighing his support behind TINUBU, because almost certainly the election in 2023 will be a northern candidate versus a southern candidate. That is what all the calibrations and all the projections are pointing at, a northern versus a southern candidate. and a leading northern figure now indicating to the south. So that's that headline. So the final headline now, Tinubu will succeed Buhari, 91-year-old declares. So quite wow, who this 91-year-old is and what makes him make so bold to make this declaration, we find out in the fullness of. In the fullness of. So in the fullness of, quite a few things to find out, but before we find out anything, either in the shortness or the fullness of, let's come in now let's come in now via what is now the traditional quarters, the eastern quarters, and another Python dance.
iPod omeriwo n'Izu onírò ya abakare mama dawora olabori meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Olabori meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2. Na Python dance 3. Olabori meri Nnamdi bụ onye du iPod omeriwo n'Izu onírò ya abakare mama ndawora olabori meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Olabori meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Olabori meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Olabori meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Olabori meri Nnamdi win the war. Python dance 1, Python dance 2, na Python dance 3. Olabori meri Nnamdi.
And there we are, Python dance, Nnamdi win a war. Python dance, Nnamdi win a war. So Python dance, Nnamdi wins the war. As guys, I bring you bear with me. As guys, I bring you this. Endsars panel, Sanwo-Olu lacks power to probe police military. Festus Keyamo speaks to the space. Festus Keyamo, Minister of State for Labour, says Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu lacks the power to probe the atrocities of the police and army concerning the Lekki Toll Gate massacre, police brutality, and extortion. For me, that panel was an illegal panel. It is totally illegal. All lawyers who are listening to me should go back and read the Tribunal Inquiry Act of Lagos State, stated the APC minister. The policemen, the armed forces, the military are not officers of Lagos State. They are officers of the federal government, asserted Mr. Keyamo, citing provisions of the 1999 Constitution as amended. He added, by virtue of the Constitution, it is only the federal government that, he added, by virtue of the Constitution, it is only the federal government that can control the conduct of policemen and the military. Lagos State cannot be in control, cannot legislate to let me take that again actually. By virtue of the Constitution, it is only the federal government that can control the conduct of policemen and the military. Lagos State cannot be in control, cannot legislate to regarding police matters and military matters. Mr. Keyamo, while speaking during an interview with Channels TV, argued that the Lagos State panel lacked the power to investigate the conduct of police and military officers. The panel report had indicted the Nigerian army of carrying out a massacre against peaceful and unarmed young protesters, he added. It says that the governor will have power to inquire into the conduct of any person or chieftain matters and any matter that would promote the good of the public. The minister argued that the state only has the power to investigate its public officer within its legislative purview. Mr. Mr. Keyamo, who tried to distance the federal government from his viewpoint, said he was speaking as a legal practitioner, adding that his opinion did not represent President Muhammadu Buhari's regime's view. His comment came a few weeks after the judicial panel report established that the Nigerian army killed 11 protesters and took their bodies away. Last week, Information Minister Lai Mohammed said the panel report that probed the aftermath of the October 2020 military shooting of protesters in Lekki should be disregarded as fake, insisting there was no massacre. Vice President Yemi Oshibajo had, in the wake of the #Endsars protest, announced that states, including the FCT, would set up judicial panels to look into the crisis. So there you are, a total illegality and an absolute nonsense, essentially, is Festus Kiyamo's verdict on the Lagos State NSAS report. And there you are, a categorical open and shut matter, according to the boy from the creek, from the creeks. There is no Father Christmas in politics. PDP chairman-elect tells Nigerian youth. So there is no Father Christmas in politics. PDP national chairman-elect tells Nigerian youth. The national chairman-elect of the People's Democratic Party, Dr. Iyorchia Ayu, has told Nigerian youths that they won't get power given to them on a platter of gold in 2023. According to Ayu, the youths need to understand that the older generation will not just hand over political power to them if they, the youths, don't get involved in active politics. The incoming PDP national chairman said the political future only belongs to the youth who grab the opportunity by becoming active in politics. He spoke at his Maitama residence in Abuja during the weekend when he played host to a delegation of Benue youths under the auspices of Benue Transition Mentees (BTM). Going down memory lane, Ayu recounted how he got into active politics despite the presence of older politicians and subsequently emerged as the Senate president at the age of 40. He said, "We often hear that youths are the leaders of tomorrow, but that is not automatic. The future really belongs to the youth who follows their passions, who prepare themselves, and who go after what they want. There are youths who are doing drugs, who are into all sorts of vices like kidnapping, prostitution, what they call Yahoo Yahoo. Some make up the battalion in the banditry ravaging the country. The future does not belong to these. Organize yourselves, mobilize your large constituency, and go for what you want, including public office. There is no Father Christmas in politics." Sometimes young people forget that many of us started out on this route as young men too. I became a graduate at 2023. I got my PhD at 31, was a senior lecturer at 37, and was elected to the Senate at 39, where my colleagues made me Senate President at 40. I can say that for others too. And in many of these outings, we successfully competed against older, more experienced people. So when you say youths, give us a chance, I tell them, chance is not always a gift. Power is never given on a platter or in a parcel. So mobilize and take your chance as we march to 2023. So there you are. So this sense of entitlement that we are the youths, forget it. Oh, if you don't go, and this is not the first time this has been said. I think El Rufai also said something similar quite a few years ago. And this is not the last time this will be said. You don't by automatic and by fiat, you don't automatically and by fiat get it gifted. We are talking about power. Do you know what power means? You know, outside of celestial powers, outside of godly powers, the power of politics is the most potent of all things. Do you know that Joe Biden, he can destroy this entire world and wipe out all of humanity if he so chooses? That is power. Do you know that Buhari can wipe out the entirety of Yoruba land and the entirety of the southeast if he so chooses? That is power. Do you know that you know what power means? And you are saying because you are youth that they should give it to you because you are the future of tomorrow and all this. No, 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 no. It is not. Well, anyway, you find out soon enough. Just keep playing Xbox and be ruled by 87-year-old men. So the nonsensity of it, and the nonsensity of it is emphasized by this next headline. 2023, I am a supporter of a president from the South. YAKASAI is speaking. So, of course, now the person is supporting another 80-something-year-old man. And he, YAKASAI, is speaking 93. So keep chanting, I am youth, as if that then, anyway. Elder statesman Tanko Yakasai has blamed the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, for weakening the chances of the Igbo people to produce President Muhammadu Buhari's successor in 2023. The founding member of the Arewa Consultative Forum on Sunday noted that the people of the Southeast must convince Nigerians beyond any reasonable doubt that they are capable of taking over in 2023. Yakasai stated this during an interview on Channels Television on Sunday night. The IPOB leader, who is currently in the custody of the Department of State Services, is facing terrorism-related charges before Justice Binta Nyako of a federal high court in Abuja. There had been calls from socio-political groups as well as governors in the southeast for the region to produce the next president at the end of Buhari's administration. The development has seen some politicians in the region dump the PDP for the All Progressive Congress as part of permutations for the next presidential election. Yakasai, while speaking at the interview, said the Igbo people must not sit back and demand that the next president be that the next presidency be zoned to them. He added that he is a supporter of a presidential candidate from the South and would not mind if that person come from the Southeast. He said, the card is on the Southeastern people's desk. It is up to them to try and reach out. I am a strong supporter of a president from the South after Buhari, and also if he can come from the Southeast, I have no problem. My quarrel is that this is not something you just sit at home and pray that people just dash it to you. You have to show interest. You have to be serious. You have to try to convince people that you are really up to the task. This is what, in my opinion, is missing from the Southeast. So let me just pause there for a moment because this guy is obviously re-echoing our words on this platform, but that is not to say that he's copying anything that we have said, but it's essentially saying what is glaring to everybody, to us, to him, and to anybody with a balanced view. This sense of entitlement is not, this is the narrative that the PDP was saying to the youth, that you can't just expect anything, especially the power and the presidency to be gifted to you. So what the PDP is saying to the youth essentially is what Tanko Yakasai is saying to the Southeast. You cannot just sit at home and with a sense of entitlement ask anybody or expect anybody to gift you or to use his word to dash it to you. It's not been dashed out. And as Issa Funtua famously said, it is not turn by turn Nigeria limited. Nigeria can go on till the world come to an end and never have an Igbo president if the Igbo don't indicate enough to the space. And nobody would, you would just hue and cry, and nobody will, give a toss. Nobody will give a toss. So you have to politic it essentially. So let me take that paragraph again because it is quite pertinent. My quarrel is that this is not something you just sit at home and pray that people will just dash it to you. You have to show interest. You have to be serious. You have to try to convince people that you are really up to the task. This is what, in my opinion, is missing from the Southeast. Uh, there is that desire on their part, but they are not exact in their position to manifest that desire, to convince people that are really serious, that they are really serious about it, that should say. Uh, there is this anxiety in Nigeria about the position of the Southeast because it is surprising to many people, including people like me. This Nnamdi Kanu, who ordinarily to me would not be a good candidate for the governorship of any of the southeastern states, is now claiming the attention and support of prominent people in the Southeast, is making people doubt if the Southeast is really ready to produce a credible candidate that will help Nigeria as a whole. That doubt is there. So there you have it. That doubt is there. And what is saying essentially, because the Easterners now, they are coming at it from two prongs. They are going quite aggressively, and that is actually their strongest foot. They are going quite aggressively for this secessionist narrative, but almost in equal measure, they are going also frontally for this it is a turn narrative for the presidency. So you're gunning for secession and equally with the same token and verve are gunning for the presidency as well. So this confuses the space, obviously. So we don't exactly know what you want. So why would we then give you what is most important within the Nigerian space? Those are the words, of course, not mine, but Atanko YAKASAI. A very powerful argument to a very powerful position to argue against. Tinubu will succeed Buhari, 91-year-old declares. So who this 91-year-old is and why that declaration, we find out soon enough. A 91-year-old based in Akure, Pa Raphael Aina Okelwo, has declared that the national leader of the All Progressive Congress APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will emerge the next president. He said God revealed to him in a recent dream that Tinubu will succeed President Muhammadu Buhari. He also explained why he wants God to take his life before his next birthday in May 2022. Pa Okelwo said his wish for death is because the world is full of wicked people. Okelwo, who spoke with journalists in Akure, said it was God that saved him from being killed earlier in life. His words, "If not for the help of God, I would have been killed. I want Jesus to take me away on my birthday. I am praying for this because this world is wicked." Pa Okelwo, however, said he wants to be remembered if he wishes. Pa Okelwo, however, said he wants to be remembered if his wish comes to pass. He told Nigerians that God revealed to him that national leader of the All Progressive Congress APC, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, would win the 2023 presidential election. The nonagenarian said God gave him the revelation in a dream, which he has decided to share with the world in case his wish comes to pass. Uh, he said he is neither a prophet nor a minister of God, but that his dreams have never failed him. According to him, I hardly dream, but whenever I dream, my dreams always come true. I am not a politician and not seeking any attention, but it calls journal, but it calls journalists to announce to the world. So that is it right there. I am not a politician and not seeking any attention, but I just wish to reveal this dream to Nigerians so they can know what God has in plan for them. I was sleeping when suddenly some people gathered on a bed beside my bed and put their heads together discussing something which I did not hear. They all wore same Ankara cloth. Shortly after they had discussed, I heard one of them say, let's give it to TINUBU, and they all agreed that TINUBU they will give it to. Then I woke up. The whole thing was less than a minute. But what matters is the fact that whenever I dream of things like this, they come to pass. Though I am a Christian, but I am not a prophet, I got baptized at Sacred Heart Catholic Church, Akure, when I was still young and single. I was baptized by Reverend Father Ogun Tuyi, but now I attend CAC Bethel, that is very close to my residence here. You will see that when they do the convention, Tinubu will win. He will be the next president of Nigeria. When my dream comes to pass, they will remember me. So there you are. There's a man now just nailing his colors to the mast of the Jagaban of GBT. So that if that ever does then come to pass, then we will remember that he said so. So let me acknowledge let me acknowledge a few comments, which is not something I do often. So let me acknowledge a few comments in here, and then I'll shut it down. Just bear with me. Just bear with me one moment. Okay, so let me acknowledge a few comments in here. Then I say a few comments. It's only one person commenting really, but let me acknowledge his comment. So this is George Blue Shell. So George Blue Shell, it says, hello, one man. Lucky to join you live now. Just finished watching your last night show. You guys are doing great. So thank you, George. But then George continues, because we seem to only have George here. It says, as the animal who among the past president, as the animal who among the past presidents that really earned it from hard work. I don't quite know what that means, Judge. And then it goes, is this OBJ, JEJ Yadua Buhari, tell who worked, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, George. And it says, those who really worked for it never got it, e.g. Awolowo, Zik, Abiola, Musa Yar'Adua, Ojukwu, Atiku, etc. So I think essentially he's going against what the 91-year-old man is saying. And then we have Ajale Koko saying, send the link. So Ajale Koko, with your permission, I'm just keen to shut it down now, because when I came in, so that just gives me then the time, it gives me just the time off from it. So let me shut it down now, and then we'll reconvene for the evening, and then hopefully we have a more involved session. So I'll leave it here. Carry the conversation on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.